Hi everyone, if you are thinking about moving to Arizona or maybe you just started researching different areas, today's video is for you. I'm Haley, a two-time Olympian turned realtor here in Gilbert, Arizona, and after moving here myself from Pennsylvania back in 2019, there are definitely some things I wish that I would have known before making the move. Arizona has been an incredible place for us to call home, but there are a few realities that don't always show up in the highlight reel. So today I'm sharing 5 things you should know before moving to Arizona, both the good and the not so glamorous. Number 1, the summers are hot, but probably different than you're imagining. So let's start with the obvious one. Yes, Arizona gets hot during the summer months. It's very normal to see temperatures over 100 degrees, and there will be stretches where you'll see 110 or 115 degrees. Now, before you click off this video, hear me out. As someone who grew up on the East Coast, the Northeast, let's be specific, I can honestly tell you that a 105-degree day here feels very different from an 85-degree day with high humidity back east. The phrase, "it's a dry heat," gets joked about a lot, but there's actually truth to it. You aren't walking outside feeling instantly drenched in sweat. You don't have that heavy, sticky air, and because of that, people tend to adapt to their lifestyles. Early mornings are incredibly popular here. You'll find people walking, biking, running, golfing, and of course, playing pickleball before work. Pools become a huge part of summer life here, and then restaurants have a ton of misters and their patios typically are covered, but honestly, you learn pretty quickly how to work around the heat. The trade-off is that while our summers are hot, our winters are absolutely incredible. When my friends back east are shoveling snow, we're usually outside enjoying the sunshine. Not too bad. For a lot of people, that trade-off is completely worth it. Let's go on to number 2. Arizona is much more than a desert. And this one is the one that honestly shocked me the most when we personally moved here. One of the biggest misconceptions I had before moving here was that Arizona was just a giant desert. I pictured cactus, dirt, and just brown everywhere. What surprised me is how different various parts of Arizona actually are. Here in Gilbert, for example, we have tree-lined streets, we have lakes and parks and walking paths and some really beautiful communities that really do remind me of back home. And so that took me by surprise, and I know it does for a lot of people too, which is a big reason why we personally ended up in Gilbert. But we do have neighborhoods like Morrison Ranch that has thousands of mature trees and tons of green grass. And then you also have Agritopia, which has a urban farm literally right in the middle of the neighborhood. And if you are willing to drive just a couple of hours, you can completely change your scenery. You can be in the pine forest in places like Flagstaff. You can go hiking up in the lakes. You can be seeing snow in the winter. Arizona is actually one of the most geographically diverse states in the country, and that definitely took me by surprise. So if you're picturing nothing but cactus and dirt, that's definitely not the reality and something you should definitely consider when you are moving to Arizona. Number 3, you are going to spend so much more time outside than you think. This one also surprised me, but it was also a reason why we wanted to move here in the first place. When we moved here, we really wanted to live the active lifestyle that we loved year-round rather than being stuck inside half of the year. But I assumed the heat would keep people indoors, but what I found was almost the opposite. Because the weather is so good for so much of the year, people spend a lot of time outside no matter the time of year. From October through May, the weather is pretty incredible, honestly. You see people walking to coffee shops, people out biking the canals, golfing, going to our farmers markets every Saturday, eating at restaurants on the patios, going for evening walks, and then we do have hiking closer by. And then there are a lot of local activities going on here in Gilbert during those months, and honestly all year long. So it's one of the reasons so many people move here is because of that lifestyle. It's not just about buying a house, it's about being able to actually enjoy your everyday life outside for a huge portion of the year. And for me personally, that's been one of the biggest benefits of living here in Arizona. We love it so much. Being able to live that lifestyle that we envisioned when we moved here, it has been so true, and honestly, all year long truly has exceeded our expectations. On to number 4, Arizona is growing really fast. This is something every potential buyer should know. Arizona has experienced tremendous growth over the last several years. People are relocating from all over the country, especially states with higher taxes, colder climates, and a higher cost of living. What that means is that many communities continue to expand. We get new restaurants that are opening, we get new shopping centers being built, new employers are moving their headquarters here. The infrastructure continues to grow and improve. The East Valley in particular has seen a lot of growth. Areas like Gilbert, Chandler, Queen Creek, and Mesa continue to evolve every single year. Now, growth can be a positive, and it can also lead to some challenges. The positive side is we're getting more amenities, more dining options, more entertainment, more opportunities. The challenge is that traffic has increased in some areas in certain communities that become more competitive. And then also we do have overall rising prices of living here. So we do have that trade-off. But overall, one of the reasons many people are excited about Arizona is because it continues to grow and invest in its future. Number 5, choosing the right area matters more than people realize. This is the most important point of this entire video. And this is coming from someone who has done the move myself, and I cannot speak more highly of this point and how important this point is. When people say they're moving to Arizona, that can mean a lot of different things. Arizona is a big state. Even within the Phoenix metro area, the lifestyle can vary drastically depending on where you live. Some areas are very urban, some are more suburban, and some have a small town feel. Some are focused on luxury living, and some are golf course communities. And then you have some that are highly walkable, others are much more spread out. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is focusing on the house and not enough on the lifestyle that they want. I always tell my clients to think about what they want their average Tuesday to look like. Do you want to be able to walk to restaurants? Do you want that tight-knit community feel? Do you want a larger lot, more space, more privacy? Do you want a golf cart lifestyle? Do you like hiking? Do you want a newer home? Because once you figure out the lifestyle you want, finding the community becomes so much easier. For us, that's exactly what happened. When we moved here, we didn't know a single person in Gilbert, Arizona. We never were in Gilbert, Arizona, but we fell in love so quickly. We honestly thought Arizona was going to be temporary, but once we found the right area and experienced the lifestyle, it quickly felt like home. So those are the 5 things I think everyone should know before moving to Arizona. Yes, the summers are hot, but you're also going to get incredible winters. You will find way more diversity than just desert landscaping. I can promise you that. Coming from an East Coast girl that loves her trees and grass, you'll likely spend way more time outside, giving you that lifestyle that's active and healthy. You'll be living in one of the fastest growing regions in the country. And most importantly, finding the right community matters just as much as finding the right house. If you are thinking about moving to Arizona and have questions about Gilbert, Chandler, Queen Creek, Mesa, and surrounding areas, I would love to help. Feel free to reach out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, because I share videos every week about what it really is like living here in Arizona, specifically Gilbert, Arizona, and what you should know before making the move. I'll see you in the next one.